The study. Adam Congleton and Dorta Bernson performed a study in 2020 on the influence of emotion on event memory using a simulated event. The study was in the form of an online survey created using SurveyMonkey and was advertised on Amazon Mechanical Turk online subject pool. The procedure. In this study, there was a series of 3 experiments using realistic first-person films for the simulated event and the survey to assess the accuracy of their free recall. The participants were instructed to immerse themselves into the film as the protagonists, with the purpose of the study being determining how greatly central and peripheral details influence memory formation. The chosen participants were equally and randomly assigned to one of 2 groups, the positive valence condition and the negative valence condition. The films all had a narration with instructions, including overarching objectives, before the films and were identical aside from the endings. They showed a first-person perspective of walking through a virtual house completing specific actions. Every detail included in the films were known to Congleton and Bernson. By the end of the film, the negative group was unable to complete their objective while the positive group was able to complete their objective. The results. The results of these experiments were consistent with previous research on the topic. It was found that participants from the negative group were more accurate than the positive group when it came to recalling the central details of the film, and the participants from the positive group were more accurate when it came to recalling the peripheral details. Discussion. This study has several large weaknesses. The main ones focus around the study being vague or unclear, the participants not being a solid representative sample, and the study being particularly difficult to replicate well. The study was vague in a few ways. Firstly, it was unclear exactly how much the participants knew about the study before participating in it. This is a weakness because the participants could have given biased responses during the survey portion of the experiment. If they knew too much about the study, they could have had preconceived expectations for how they should respond. Second, since the study was conducted online, the environments that the participants were in whilst engaging in the online experiment are unknown, and it is not stated in the study whether or not the environments of the participants were controlled or monitored. The environment could influence how focused or immersed the participant is, which could skew results. The biggest weaknesses for this study are the ones that could result in the group of participants not being representative of the population. For example, the participants' sexes, races, and other defining characteristics were left unmentioned. This is a weakness because knowing more about participants allows for a clearer idea of what other variables could be affecting the results of the study. Another example of this is that in Experiment 1, the survey was advertised through the Amazon Mechanical Turk online subject pool, which may reach a specific demographic of people. The study also had some weaknesses that could make the process of replicating the study more difficult. For 2 of the experiments, the number of participants included in the final analysis is different from the number of participants initially drawn, but it is unaddressed as to why these numbers are so vastly different. Additionally, there was not enough clarification on the rating scale the participants used to describe how positive or how negative of an experience they had. It was unclear the distinction between the variables included in the charts, such as imagine, immersion, startle, and arousal. This makes the results harder to interpret and replicate, as some researchers could have different interpretations on what each variable entails. Another weakness is that the personal experiences of the participants could influence how they respond to the positive or negative stimuli, which is a very difficult variable to control or measure. Thank you for listening. The study. Adam Congleton and Dorta Bernson performed a study in 2020.